Hi guys, I'm Headspacer and welcome back to another episode of Road to Power. In today's episode we will be troubleshooting what hurt the Golf R32. Yes, that's correct. The Golf R32 is hurt. So what exactly happened? We went on a drive reaction, and on the third drive the car went a bit lean up in the 4000 RPM. I let off, I tried again, it went a bit lean again. So without trying to push it any further, I just drove home from there. So in today's video we will be troubleshooting what possibly could go wrong. I think what went wrong is my in-tank pump is not supplying my surge tank. So that is what I'm guessing is wrong, but we have to see why. The other thing that we will be covering in today's video is a compression test of the Golf R32, and we have a spacer motor. So the spacer motor won't have the same compression as a standard Golf R32, but we will do a dry and a wet test of each cylinder. We'll write down the compression and then we will crank over 5 times and share the info afterwards, just to be extra sure nothing went horribly wrong. So with no further ado, let's go to the garage and start diagnosing. Okay guys, so the car, today's Wednesday, the car was last driven on Sunday. Let's see if it will start. First crank and the car started up. Yeah, I think something with the fuel wasn't right, so I don't think the engine is hurt, but let's do a compression test just in case. Let's check the spark plugs and let's get started. Okay, so this is cylinder 1 spark plug. Looks a bit fine, a bit wet. Cylinder 2 spark plug, a bit wet but fine. Cylinder 3, not so wet. Cylinder 3 we got to check. Injector. Cylinder 4 a bit dry, but nothing to worry about. Cylinder 5 and cylinder 6, nothing burnt away, nothing too hectic. So we opened her up and we will be doing a compression test. First we're going to do a dry compression test where we cycle 5 times and then see the compression. According to the guys on the R32 turbo groups on Facebook as well as on the internet, they suggest a pressure above 120 psi to about 150 psi. So currently I have my battery on charge, so we will be leaving that for about let's say another 15 minutes before we start doing the compression test. Right now we will be going to the assumed trouble area, but what I can see from the spark plugs, everything looks fairly okay, not too crazy. But let's see what the fuel system is saying. So over here we have the FTF. I think this is a 3-liter fuel cell which accommodates 2 044 Bosch pumps, external pumps, but currently we have a grams in over here. So this is the bulkhead that I made myself. So the big AN line is the supply to the fuel cell, the smaller line is the return, and this is the return from the engine, and this is my grams fuel filter. So what I am actually thinking is we don't have fuel in this guy, and it was starving when I was doing some hard acceleration. But let's have a look. One way we can test is to actually pull out our relay. Here we have the relay for the pump. We have space for 2 relays for 2 pumps if I want to upgrade my system in the future, and we have a fuse over here for the pump. So I'm guessing my in-tank pump was starving, not being able to supply my surge tank because it was making some strange noises and having lean conditions. So one way we can test it is to remove this and have only the fuel pump prime and see whether it fills the top surge tank. Okay, hi guys. So what we will be doing is, this is the return line from the in tank going to the surge tank. So the surge tank will fill up and overflow back to the in tank. So we will just quickly prime the car. Yes, we'll switch that on. So there you can see quite a large amount of fuel came out. Prime again. No second prime. Okay, so yes, we know that part of the system is working. So either we'll just have to double check the level in the tank, and maybe go for a test drive to see whether everything is still okay, if the level in the tank is okay. So over here I removed the top hat. Over here is the radium siphon kit, and over here is our AM fuel pump. So let me just put on, as you see there's a lot of fuel in the tank. Let me just put on the light. As you see there's a lot of fuel in the tank, so I just want to remove the pump and see whether it's the cause of the problem. But looks like we have enough fuel on the side of the tank, but at the bottom of the canister I can see some dirt. I'll just try and remove the canister and see whether that's the cause of the starvation. So here we have our in-tank pump assembly. As you can see, we have an AM 340 in-tank. Then what I can notice is this part, it's called radium siphon kit. This part wasn't tightened, so it could be that when the fuel comes back down, it siphons fuel from passive side of the tank, returning it to this side of the tank. But this wasn't tightened all the way, and I can see this piece of pipe here looks a bit bulged. So I'm going to replace this as well as this piece, just as a precautionary, and then we can see whether this helps. Possibly this piece broke. I don't have the right piece of pipe over here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but yeah, let's see what we can do with what we have. But definitely this was loose, and we will see something possibly, but we saw it pumping, so possibly something else could be wrong. But let's see what we can do with what we have. Yeah, so this is the inside of the tank which I made, and this is the top hat which I made, which connects to this aluminium piece here at the bottom. Yeah, okay, so let's see if we can sort the problem. I still have this piece of PTFE hose. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll cut a short piece and replace these rubber pieces with PTFE hose. I'll just remove the covering. Maybe this will be a better fit for the job. There you have it, guys, a fuel sender. It's this guy over here. We need to see where we're going to position this, and then we have I replaced these two pipes. I hope you can see it. Hope it looks better. It's not the right way, but this is the way we're gonna put it in, and see how it's gonna work. Yeah, wish us luck. Okay, guys, so we did the change. Let's see when we put it on how the pump primes. Yeah, okay, put on again. Yeah, so that part works. Let's hope we resolve the problem. Okay guys, the second part of the test is a compression test. So we're gonna do all 6 cylinders dry, cranking them over 5 times, and then we're going to do all 6 cylinders just with a little bit of oil, and then we compare the values. Okay. There you have it guys. We did the wet and the dry test. Both tests show cylinder 1 dry 130 psi, wet 140 psi, cylinder 3 130 psi, cylinder 3 wet 140 psi. The rest of them are 150 wet and the rest of them are 140 wet. So definitely cylinder 1 and 3 is a bit down, but it's still within tolerance. So what we're going to do, we're going to re-gap the plugs, we're going to add the plugs back, we're going to go for a test drive and see whether we're still down on power in boost. There you have it guys. We did a compression test and we checked the fuel. I connected it back. Let's see if it will start. We kept the plugs, put back all the plug-on coils. If she's healthy, she'll start up straight. We have a leak in here, so we'll have to fix this first, but we'll continue tomorrow. Hi guys, so we're not sure entirely why is it lean and at the top, but let's do another in gear pull to see if it's still going to 17 under boost. But yeah, and the fuel gauge is working. That's intense.
Have it, guys, we did the compression test. Cylinder 1 and cylinder 3 were about 10 psi less than the rest of the engine. We went for a drive. Our fuel system is still a bit leaky at the bulkhead, but we will address that. So as you know, we have upcoming drags, the 30 July drags. Sadly, our clutch is not here yet, but what we will be doing is trying to fix the little problems we have, which is the inconsistency under boost. One way we are going to address that is, while we're going to pull the engine and the gearbox, we are going to clean the injectors, we are going to fix the bulkhead and have a good fuel pressure. Secondly, what we will do is we will be checking whether we can fix or improve on our turbos, our turbos oil drain, and we will be fixing some coolant lines to the turbo. What else? Then we will be reinforcing the gearbox with a part deck. Hopefully when we have the gearbox assembled and ready to put back into the engine, we will have the clutch. Sorry, my words are all mumbled. So thank you for staying tuned. Hope you enjoyed this video. Sadly we haven't concluded. I'll have a look at the logs we took, but in the video we can see the AFR being more realistic and closer towards what we are aiming for, which is about 11.5 AFR under boost. We saw that while we went to the fueling station, we saw a bit leaner condition, but we noticed that the tank's empty. We filled up with about 10 liters of fuel and we had the correct AFR. So, but also a little bit rich AFRs. So something is giving and something is taking, but we will address that once we have the motor out. We'll have a look at it, fix it, and yeah, as always, this is a road to power, and once it's not fixed, we will fix it, test, come back, test, come back, test, come back, until we are happy. So stay tuned. In the next video we will be stripping the Golf R32. We will actually be starting that video tonight. Once you see this video, we might have already had the engine out. So as always, like, subscribe and stay tuned for more awesome videos.